What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today I have a off-season recap. We just finished our first off-season. Um, I was pretty non-aggressive in the free agency market. Didn't make any trades. Just really tried to focus on getting a couple of guys in here that could be possible trade chips, but mostly focused on trying to find a bunch of young, talented, young players with some upside that maybe some other teams were throwing away to the scrap heap that we could possibly pounce on and take advantage of. So we're just going to go through the roster real quick here. As you can see, we picked up Corey Kluber in the free agency market here. He had a pretty good season with the Yankees last year. FIP matched the ERA, so a potential, hoping to try to get a good early season out of him so he can maintain that overall, be a decent little trade chip for us. Austin Gomber, maybe, hopefully has a good year and a bounce back year. Could look to trade him, could look to maybe hang on to him long term, all going to just depend on things. We also picked up Dakota Hudson. This is a guy who we're hoping to eat some innings for. Maybe a trade chip if he pitches really well. Only 26 though, so 3 more years of controllable. Had some good early seasons in his career, not so good last year, so let's see what we can get out of him. Tyler Beatty, we picked him up in the Rule 5 draft, so he's going to have to be on our roster all year. We made 4 Rule 5 draft picks. I really wanted to go hard at the Rule 5 after year 1 to try to find some guys like Beatty who have some pretty good upside. I think he's got like high C potential, so he'll be in the rotation. Hopefully we can try to get something out of him early and often. Tyson Miller, this is a minor league signing that we found in the free agent market. Former Cub guy, know he's got some decent stuff, good pitchability. Maybe we can get him into the majors this season, but he's not on the 40-man roster currently, so we're just going to work with him into the minor leagues for now and AAA, kind of balance out our minor league system a little bit. Chichi Gonzalez is no longer on the 40-man roster, but still available for us if we need to add him. Nick Neidert was a guy who got just thrown away by the Marlins. You're going to see we signed more than a few Marlins guys this season. Nick Neidert's one of them, so he was a minor league signing that we're going to try to develop. He's only 24 years old. Maybe we can get something out of him, maybe a back-end rotation starter, something along those lines. Let's see, what else did we make? No other real moves made at the starting pitcher position. Eniel De Los Santos, this was another one of our Rule 5 draft picks. He was just sitting there, 76 overall. Didn't really succeed as a starter for Philly, so hopefully we're able to get some good stuff out of him. Let's see. Jeff Hartley, we signed him in free agency. I believe I did not mean to sign him to a 5-year, $1.4 million per year contract. I forgot to edit that, so I guess we're stuck with him for a little while, but okay, that was my mistake right there, but yeah, so hopefully he turns into something because we're stuck with him, I guess. I won't be afraid to cut him if need be, though. But I think we can get some. Only 26 years old. That's it from there. So we completely rebuilt our catcher position. We were offered a 3-year contract to Francisco Mejia, which will take him through the end of his pre-arbitration years. Really wanted to get him because he's not a great defensive catcher, but good offensive numbers. Some upside there, too, that we can play with. Behind him, we got Manny Pena, who should be a good backup defensive-minded catcher there. Michael Chavez had been let go by Boston, so we went on and got him. Good right-handed bat, some upside. Maybe we can get him. I don't know if we'll be starting him at first base. We might be starting him at DH or something like that. I think Greg Bird's going to be our starting DH. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see how spring training goes. But yeah, I'm really happy with the Michael Chavez signing. We signed him to a 2-year deal, so give him some time to prove himself at only 26 years old. Another Marlin player we signed, Isan Diaz, former top prospect for them. I like the left-handed bat. Not the greatest defender, but overall got good numbers across the board attribute-wise. Hasn't performed well as a major leaguer. We signed him to a minor league deal. Hopefully he gets hot early. We'll get him on the 40-man roster, see if he can do some work in the majors as well. Patrick Wisdom, this is a guy who's actually destroying for the Cubs in 2021 in real life. However, he was sitting there in the Rule 5 draft, and this was our first Rule 5 pick. Love the power. Decent contact numbers against righties as well. Probably be our starting third baseman, but behind him we also picked up Rio Ruiz in free agency, who had a pretty solid year last year with Baltimore. Not quite sure why they let him go, but I pounced on that opportunity for sure. Moving over to shortstop, didn't really make any moves here. Gonna trust Jose Garcia to kind of carry the load at shortstop. Also kind of liked how Alan Trejo played last year, so have some insurance for Jose Garcia. Also, Brendan Rodgers can play shortstop. He actually was brought up as a shortstop, so if need be, we have some other options if Jose Garcia needs some more time in the minors. We brought back the Colorado GOAT. I'm kidding. David Dahl, who always played well in a Rockies uniform, but just never could stay healthy. Had a decent year with Texas last year. Brought him back again. Maybe he'll find his way into the starting lineup for us this year. Going to be an upgrade over what we had in Longy, who we got off of the 40-man roster. We had some trouble working through our 40-man roster. Let me tell you stuff. I signed a lot of guys, and all of them were ending up on the 40-man roster, and I was like, oh, God, I have no idea who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of. So it was a little stressful, but I think we got it to a point where I think we're going to be pretty happy. As you can see, we are massively stacked at the center position, at the center field position. And by stacked, I mean we just have a lot of players. But anyways, so Garrett Hampson's still our top guy. Jonathan Daza, another fourth outfielder. We picked up Mauricio Dubon. I like him at 27 years old. Maybe we can get some good playing time out of him. Good defender. Decent enough bat. Like to see him hit for a little bit more power. But we'll see what we can get out of him. Corey Ray was another guy we picked up in the Rule 5 draft. Now, the reason for this one was because in my Cubs franchise, I do 30-team control, and I drafted him in the Rule 5 draft after year one to the Detroit Tigers, and he absolutely took off. He did pretty well in his first year, but his second year, I think he slugged like 580. He was hitting like over 300, got a massive potential bump. So I kind of took him as a speculation, so we'll see if that pays off. Monte Harrison, this is another guy we picked up from the Marlins, like the power against the lefties. Probably going to be more of a platoon guy on the wrong side of the platoon, but he's going to be a minor league contract. We see what he can do in his AAA time. Maybe do some work, maybe find his way onto the Major League roster. We're probably going to be pretty aggressive in terms of DFAing guys this year, because if you just don't perform, there's a lot of guys ready to take your spot. So you better get your ass into gear and get it working fast. Then in right field, we picked up Travis Demerite, who we put on as a minor league signing as well. Another utility guy. Kind of like his bat a little bit. So we'll see if we can get anything out of him. Nomar Mazara we picked up because he's 26 years old. He's already had that 6 years of service time. We're going to see if he can hit like he used to be able to hit. Maybe turn into a trade chip for us. But if he doesn't perform early on, we're probably not going to want to hang on to him, because we picked up a lot of outfielders. We picked up Michael Hermosillo, who's got big-time power against lefties, only 26 years old, as well as Jorge Oña, top prospect in the Padres organization that they let go. So he's got decent potential. So we're really going to try to we stacked up on outfielders. So it's going to be a little bit of a headache trying to figure out which guys I want to keep in the majors, which guys I want to send down to AAA. But basically the mantra right now is perform or get cut. And that's what I'm building this rebuild as, to get, like, I got a bunch of young guys on here. I sound pretty much every young guy I saw in free agency that I liked, I tried to sign, because I'm like, all right, listen, I like what this kid can do. He's got an opportunity to get some playing time. Maybe we strike lightning in a bottle with two of these guys. It'd be awesome. They get nice potential bumps. They become part of our future long term. If they don't, they get cut. If Nomar Mazara doesn't want to play and doesn't want to do shit, then he's just going to get cut and somebody else will take his spot. So be it. so be it. So anyways, that is the off-season recap. I have some spring training to go through. I will probably go through that tomorrow since it is late in the evening tonight. And then I have some tough decisions to make in terms of cuts to try to figure out who I'm going to get on my Major League roster, who am I going to start and put in starting lineups, what do I want to do with certain guys. So year 2, not going to be very good record-wise. You can see we're the 29th ranked team, but I'm a little bit intrigued. I want to see how some of these young guys I signed pan out and what we can do from there. So thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys again tomorrow for the next episode. Probably going to take you guys through, probably give you maybe an update after spring training. Try to get to the draft tomorrow as well in one of our episodes. But anyways, I've talked too long. I'm out. Have a good night, everybody.